Oh my God, we're on the air. It's Jam TV, show number 133. You like my haircut? I got a haircut. Oh my God. Last week I was pitching. I thought everybody would get into the haircut conversation last week. I was like, all right, I'm changing the subject completely. And I'm going to talk about a hair because I needed a hair cutter. I had a falling out with my hair cutter, is the story. And I didn't have anybody cut my hair, but I got my hair cut. I'm all good. And, Will Baird was like, why are we talking about haircuts? Bill Noah was like, I don't cut my hair. I do it myself. Like, oh my, what do you think? Well, Baird.
All I can think of is the episodes from Dennis the Menace where he does something that makes the barber pass out when he's shaving some guy's head. So he like shaves right over the top of the guy's head, and he's got like a reverse mohawk. That's all I could think of.
You know what I've been threatening for years. Like when I had longer hair, right, and a longer beard. I used to have. You didn't know me when I had the longer beard, but I had like bushy beard. Like for years, it didn't have any gray in it. I didn't look extinguished like I look now. It was like gray. It was a long beard, and I thought, oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a mohawk, okay, but I'm going to go this way, right? So the mohawk will go
sideways,
bald in the back, and it'll be like up. Like the sun, it'll look like this, and then the beard will look like there'll be a circle around my head. So that was my plan.
Look like one of those Aztec sun god.
That's the way I see myself anyway. So we were in the green room before the show, and I was saying to Will, I was like, this shirt, it's too much. This one's too much, and he was like, no, that shirt.
Yeah. It's the contrast behind the background is like all I can think of is white and red, and then
you're white and red,
and like there's creativity, no creativity. It's like before, after.
This is my hippie shirt. This is for all the hippies out there.
It's basically
so this is mushrooms. This was mushrooms. I mean, the story of this shirt. When I first started doing Jam TV. You didn't come on right away, right? You started coming to Jam TV later during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah.
Like, what's your personal Jam TV story?
I think I was at the time I was building up a repertoire, so I just didn't have very many songs. So at one point you did like 2 of my songs. You like taped me. And I was like, I don't know, this might not be good, and that was it. And then I eventually felt like, okay, I think I'm ready to like play out and go out there, and because I wasn't an instrumentalist, I was a singer, So,
Right.
And so this was like a whole new thing.
You were reinventing yourself, and you landed on Jam TV as you were reinventing yourself. No, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I remember at the jams when you used to come out to the jams. You would come once in a while, like you'd come every 6 months, and then I'm like, where'd that guy go?
Yeah. Well, it all circled back to the voice, to the vocal problems, because I would come and then I'd be like, I can't talk to anybody. I remember like having a conversation. You were eating dinner at the bar, and we had a conversation.
And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Can you hear me? Okay.
I'd be like, I'd like ask you all the questions. So Ed, tell me about your life. And then I just like wait and try not to talk. So that's the nice thing about setting free. If you have voice problems, the benefit of giving up singing is you can talk again. You can like hang out with your friends and go to ball games, and it's like it's not all bad.
That's right. Speaking of latecomers to Jam TV.
Hey, there we go.
California. Although you're early, we start at 7:30, and it's like 3:30 where you are, 4:30 where you are. How you doing?
4:30, 4:34. Wow. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay. Good to see you in California. Yeah. Hold on. For those of you who don't know who this is, they're the names. The names. So how you doing, David? What's going on?
Okay, so thank you for the wishes of health. I had gotten a head cold. My wife brought it home. Yes, she brought it home and gave it to me.
Not good.
And I'm laughing still because the conversation that all of us had about, I forgot what it was. Maybe it was the last couple of Jam TV we were talking about, right? Not getting sick.
Absolutely.
I usually don't get sick, guys.
Me neither.
I know. And now I put it down when I got sick, in what year I could actually tell somebody
Your
that I got.
journal.
But yeah, the wife brought it home, and she's got
To
she's
the
got
moon,
people.
Alice.
She's got people at work that walk around with COVID.
Oh.
No way.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
So they're
people
like,
have
I've got it. I'm not going to isolate. I'm just going to. You're going to take
Yeah.
your chance.
Exactly, guys.
It's my right.
It's really,
it's my right.
it's messed up, man.
Wow.
It really is.
That is
In
very
So-
California, you got those
Yeah.
types out in California. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, believe.
We
There's
we
people
like to
who
think,
still believe that COVID doesn't exist.
Oh, this
Right.
is true. Yeah, this is true.
I
Although
hate this.
I haven't had it, so maybe it.
Yeah, I
doesn't
haven't had it
exist.
either.
Well,
I
I
haven't.
can I can testify it exists.
Yes, Will. You had it, right, Will?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely exists.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
I don't know what happened to Will's. He dropped off the
Oh,
show. Like I
What
don't
the
want.
hell happened?
I don't want anybody like saying COVID exists on the show. We gotta like censor him. Just kidding.
There he is.
I'm just kidding.
It sounds like
Yeah.
Trump in the early days of the pandemic. I'm reading the book by Bob Woodward, the series he's got of like Fear and then Rage and then Peril.
Yes.
Is the
Right.
last
Yes.
one, and this is the one where it's talking about what he did during the pandemic and stuff, and it's like, oh my God. And Woodward like tells the whole story in this completely objective way, just the facts. Trump,
Right.
ran across the Oval Office yelling in a loud voice and using expletives. And then at the end of the book, if you happen to read the epilogue, that's where you realize the whole book is leading up to him. Saying like, okay, here's what the guy really is, and like his
Yeah, I've
commentary.
seen him
of,
interviewed
you know,
about the book. I haven't read any of them, but I've seen him interviewed. And that guy Woodward, I don't read human authors anymore. I only read AI authors
Okay.
because
Is that because they're easier to understand? Or?
Yeah, it's easier. I can say, explain it in the way a 7-year-old can understand.
Yes,
And
yeah, Hardy Boy books, yeah.
it writes it for me. But
Nancy
that's what's
Drew.
happening. I'm reading all these articles about AI now where writers and, like newspaper articles, you could say, write me a New York Times style article on this subject and bang, there it is.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty scary. I was actually, this is a music show, if you can believe it, folks.
Yeah, we actually used it. Yeah.
I was
It's
I
really-
was writing last night. I was working on with the AI. So it was the AI and me. We were using ChatGPT, which is the big AI that came out in December. And one of my students, who's terrific, and this kid and I were trying to figure out how to trick the AI into giving us things that we could collaborate with music. And so, like, for example, the day before I said, write me a hip hop song in Spanish, because the kid raps in Spanish. He's from Dominican Republic. And about this subject and that subject. And it wrote it. And the kid in the studio, he took my phone away, held it up, and for the first time rapped it right from the screen, from the computer, unedited and unrehearsed, with a beat that we made out of artificial intelligence. So
Wow.
we're doing the cutting edge. But last night we were doing things like, I said, write a poem. I asked the chat GPT to write a poem in binary language, which is zeros and ones. And it gave me a screen of zeros and ones that kind of rhyme. And then I asked it to translate the poem into English, and it sort of did it. It was very weird. So anyway, music. We're getting into
Wow.
using
Wow.
AI for music, and you're going to see a lot more of that with writers too. Getting back to Bob Woodward's book, I want to hear the AI that was listening in on Trump's iPhone for the last 10 years.
Oh my
Dude.
God.
Like that's what's going to happen. The AI is going to get trained on like cell phone data, and we're all
It's just
doomed.
it's going to be a lot of keystrokes on Twitter. That's all it'll be. I fired so and so. And then they're like, it's some dinner, and they see a screen scroll across CNN that says Rex Tillerson has just been fired. It's like, oh my God, I've been fired.
It's true. Well, the poop show of elections years is already here because they added Trump back to Twitter and Facebook now.
That's
Right.
Oh my God.
And so here we go. Let the
yeah.
games begin.
Let the games begin. Yeah, that's perfect expression for it. Yeah.
Oh my God. So Will Baird, it is a music show. Why don't you play a song for us?
Exactly.
Okay, I think I can think of one. Yeah.
There you go.
Excellent. Really great.
Was that loud enough? It sounds.
Yeah, no, it sounded great.
Yeah,
It was.
it
Okay.
was good.
I
It was
I
good.
was just like, I can barely hear
I've
myself.
always been meaning to compliment your volume level. Your volume level has always been excellent. So
Well, I have a sneaky way of doing it. I go onto my own StreamYard account, do like a test, show.
do you
only
really?
To me.
Do you
Yeah,
really?
Only to me, yeah. And so I can make sure that I sound right.
I thought I was the only crazy one who did that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. we
You know what I used to do back in the early days of the show? It wasn't on StreamYard in the very beginning. StreamYard wasn't really around back then, and there was something else that we used for the first 20 shows, and it didn't work either. Like the internet, you remember beginning of pandemic, the internet was broken. Calls would drop. There were so many people on the internet. They somehow the unsung heroes of this world are the behind the scenes internet workers who built up the internet, made it work. Because in the beginning, I spent the entire show just trying to keep the plane flying, to try to have people not drop off, and audio problems and trading problems, and somehow it all worked. But I
give you a lot of credit for those early months.
So what I was going to say was the testing, right? The way I did it was I would do live tests on Facebook, and I had a banner across the bottom of the screen that said it was like, here, I'll run my regular banner. It was a banner that said, "This is not real. Don't watch. Turn this off. This is just a test," right? Because I wanted to see how it would work. And then I had people out there like Tommy and other people were out there, and they were like, all right, on the phone.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh, I can see you, but you just dropped off. You froze," that kind of thing. So
that's cool. So you had watchers, like test watchers.
I had test watchers
field,
that were watching the show and calling me back, and then I think you can still find some of those shows up on the YouTube side. What a mess it was back then. Now it's like we're all like TV stars,
Well, the mistakes that you can make with this are so easy to make, and they're like human mistakes. Like I started my show, which is kind of on hiatus right now, Will's Place, but I started it one night, and I had set it up in Safari so that I could just to make sure that things were working okay, and then you kick the whole thing off in Google Chrome, So I left it on in Safari. Now, there's a 6-second delay between when Ed talks and when you hear him, right? Or when any of us talk, right? So I'm talking, and then there's 6 seconds later, my voice is on, and I'm like, where's this coming from? What's going
caller,
on?
turn off your radio set.
And it's
in the morning.
It's like, if any of you are, maybe wear headphones if you're not,
Oh, wait a minute. Will Baird, do I see an SM58 microphone? Where is your
exactly
microphone?
Yeah. The other one was picking up the guitar and the snowplows going by and just all sorts.
So your $800 mic is worse than your $100 mic.
Right? No, the $100 mic. It will only pick up stuff within the first 2 inches.
It's designed to do that.
Right.
That's a beautiful microphone.
It is a wonderful.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah, I know you're having fun. Yeah.
What I can't figure out is how I make it sound good, because there's I'll have one song where it'll just sound amazing. The guitar is crystally beautiful and bronzy and just everything, and then the next song that I'll record a week later just sounds like geese farts on a muggy day. It's just the guitar is just and I don't know what I'm doing right or wrong, and I don't read manuals.
None of us know what we're doing here. This is all improvised.
Yeah.
Have you been playing with your adjustments on the microphone?
Not enough.
Well, you should experiment with that. You'll see the difference. You're different polar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, on the front. Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
So when you broadcast your drum things, David, do you you're using multiple microphones through a mixer? How do you do that?
No microphones.
Oh, it's an electric kit.
Yeah, I'm using my Roland Electronics.
Right.
When I use my acoustic, when I use my acoustic, then it's microphones.
Right. That's why it sounds so good. It's so direct.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
That's a nice compliment.
It's good. For those of you who
I
don't
hope
know,
it sounds okay.
David does drum covers on Facebook, YouTube too.
YouTube too. Yes, both.
It's a lot of fun to watch. Very relaxing. I look him up.
What did we find, Dave? We searched on your name, David Robinson, on Facebook.
Well, for the YouTube. YouTube
On
is
YouTube.
DM
Okay.
the channel. Yeah, the YouTube
Okay.
channel is DMR 727.
Okay, DMR
Okay,
727.
and that's the sevens for July,
Mm-hmm.
and 27 is the day I was born.
Oh, so now we know your security
Now
code
we
for
know
your
you.
bank account.
Exactly. And everybody that's listening in Thailand and
That's right.
all over the world.
People
Speaking
are
of
buying
hacking
it.
bank accounts, here's Lorenz. How you doing, Lorenz?
Ah, Lorenz, look at.
Oh, he's muted. You're muted.
Oh,
I can't
yes, he
unmute
is.
you.
There
Here we go.
There
Now
you
he's
go.
back.
Hi.
What's
We got
your?
him.
I need your
Hello.
mother's maiden name and your cat, your first pet, and your.
Right.
This is
Thank you.
Flutter
Thank you
Marie.
for calling Verizon Technical Support. I will help you now. What is your problem? And your phone number and your ID.
That is just not right. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Ignore all the
Look at-
voices in the background you can hear of other speakers. They're not here also.
Ball farm.
I'm offended that is your bird with. Oh, there's your bird. Look at that.
Yes,
I was like,
and it's
Lorenz,
talking.
you sound like a parrot. You know, like
Exactly. Look at. Oh,
I can hear.
gotta get my.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, we were talking about that last week. Oh my God! That's
Oh,
so
there
cool.
we go.
Hey, take a look.
Animal
Look,
farm.
man,
That's
look.
Wow.
Let's see if I can get my cat to see your bird. There we go.
Oh, look at. Look.
Look at
Take a
it.
look. There he is.
look
Now he
at-
sees your bird.
Whoa.
Very
Oh,
cool.
that is funny. Look at this.
Pet owners.
That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
We watch birds
Absolutely
on
hilarious.
Picky and I watch birds every day on YouTube. We watch Birds for Cats endlessly, and he's like, "Don't change the channel." I'm like, "I want to watch another show. I want to watch New Amsterdam or some show." And he's like, "No, we're watching Birds for Cats."
Does he ever jump at the? Does he or she ever jump at the screen?
Blinker does the orange one. He
Oh, okay.
lunges at the screen, so I have the screen way up high by the ceiling, and he
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
sort of. He's big, so he makes
Yeah.
it to the bottom of the screen. I sort of grab his tail and pull him off.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good
he's
high
a
def.
big boy.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
cat's outside, the ones that I feed, and I feed about 10
Mhm.
cats outside here in the Poconos. And those guys, like the Norwegian, who's the big black cat, some of you might have seen this on Facebook. I'm petting him. I'm able to pet him.
Oh, really?
And he's
close.
super sweet now, and he rolls around. He's my
Wow.
buddy now after 3 years of feeding
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Finally, my buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sort of inches closer and closer, over time.
It's
you
true.
know.
Lorenz, does your parrot talk?
A little bit.
Yeah?
We probably won't hear her say anything. Her original owner made a point of not teaching her English,
Yeah, right.
but she does surprise us once in a while. She can
That's really
say,
cool.
little birdie uses the phrase little birdie as kind of a generic noun. She sees window washers hanging off the building across the street. She's, little birdie, in a very concerned voice.
That's
And,
hysterical.
But when we came back from a vacation once up in Lake Placid, come through the front door, and from across the apartment, she says, I wanted to go. We have no idea where she got that. Once in a while, they still haul that out, especially when we're on the phone. If we're on the phone with somebody, she understands something about the distance.
Right.
Somebody away from here and someplace else, and she says, I wanted to go.
That's so
She
funny.
just-
Your bird thinks that you're talking to your bird, and so it's going like,
Exactly.
"Let's talk."
Exactly.
What about the theremin? Do you have the bird play the theremin? Has that ever happened?
She's not. Well, let's demonstrate.
Well,
She's only
try it.
answering Ed. I just
Oh
realized
no,
that's what's
bird flew
happening.
away.
Right here.
After
exactly.
Ed speaks, she starts.
Because that's the
squawking.
first thing I would do.
Yeah.
I would just hold the bird on my finger and let it play, and move the bird closer and further from the
Right?
theremin.
Look, look.
Here we go.
There we go. Look at.
She doesn't really get the connection though. She's worried that she's getting close to this thing.
Right.
Woo!
Okay. Here, sit up here.
Suddenly she's like quieted down.
Yeah.
Rhapsody in Blue.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was great.
amazing. I want to hear. I want to hear.
And Will, what we were talking about before, I tell you, this is why I love Jam TV.
Yeah.
You
We're
cover
weird.
everything. It's the Ed Sullivan
Yeah.
show for me.
That is exactly right.
It is.
You got harmonica
Train.
guy. You got. You know,
I know.
the young couple who came on. They had these amazing videos. I'm not sure where they. Well, they had a kid, so they probably got sucked into the baby.
No, they'll
life.
come back.
But
Brian and Vera. Yeah, they're
yeah,
terrific.
Brian and Vera. That was.
I'll
it.
play
yeah.
one of their videos at some point.
Yeah. And you know,
But
and then
that's
you-
really cool. So, you know,
Yeah.
I want to hear a. I know you've done it. You got to admit it. There must be a duet that you have done where you play something and then the bird.
Not
Answer.
recorded. It happens. It definitely happens. You know,
Yeah.
especially out in the living room. I got another theremin out there usually, and it's next to a big cage. And we'll be
Right.
hanging out, and I might be playing for half an hour or an hour or something, and somewhere in there, she'll get excited about it and just like hoot along. Not really, you know, harmonizing, but there's some things she recognizes. Like she gets excited about that
Sure.
initial riff from Rhapsody in Blue.
Mhm.
A couple other things she'll recognize. Memories from Cats. I've played it a lot.
I'm telling you, I'm getting my theremin out. It's on my desk, so I'm going to get my theremin out. And I'm going to have the cats play it. Like, how can I not? I'll set up a GoPro and just leave it all day long. I'll set it up on the bed and let them play music all
That's
day.
what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. You
Exactly.
wonder whether they'd make the mental connection of like this.
Well,
this
because the
makes-
theremin, like when I if I go woo, like you were doing those big sweeps, those big
Right.
glissandos, they perk up. Like they identify bird songs and things like that because they're like food, kill, murder.
murder, kill now.
Yeah, that's what they do. They like if they hear scratching, you know,
Yeah.
Oh,
like this,
Eat
you
it,
know,
eat
they
it.
hear that, or if they
Yeah.
hear a sweet, like anything like a bird call or a whistle, they're like murder. So,
Murder.
speaking of murder, play another song for us, Will.
there you go.
This is, oh God, you got me laughing, and I'm like doing the most beautiful romantic Stones tune you ever heard. It's like all I can think of is my cat, who used to eat anything he could find. Here we go. This is Wild Horses.
All right.
And one key to using recorded backing tracks is when you do recording backing tracks, you have to remember not to leave the click track on in the background.
I was like, is that me? Is that my
it's like-
internal rhythm clock going?
I just haven't bought. I like the way it is.
It's all good. It sounded great.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is pretty
Very good.
Very nice sound. Very quality. Good quality.
All I could think of is my cat when you were starting to talk about your cats, because I had this
Right.
monster cat. It was 18 pounds, and
Yeah.
and he was just constant. He would eat anything he could find. He'd steal food off your plate. Once he jumped into my wife at the time's lap, and he had a mouse's leg sticking out his mouth. She was like, "Ah!"
Bad.
And
What was her reaction to that?
Yeah, she's not well, not good. There's many reasons why we're not married anymore. And Ninja was one of them.
You got the cat. Let me guess.
Yeah. And I brought him to the vet one day, and he said, "Mr. Baird, what do you feed your cat?" And I said, "Oh, I feed him, a can of cat food a day, just like it says on the label." And he said, "Do you realize your cat's twice the size of a normal cat? He needs twice as much food. He needs 2 cans a day." And suddenly Ninja wasn't stealing food off the table anymore.
There you go.
Right.
That's it.
So I starved my cat for like 5 years. I'm a horrible owner.
Somehow it still got big. So
Yes, he got big, stayed big. Yeah.
I've got an all-you-can-eat policy around here. Some cats can't handle that. But the cats outside, they get like, I'm out there 5 times a day, like another 2 giant cups of the cat food there. And I'm giving them some wet food now. And partly not because I'm charitable. I'm okay. I'm charitable. I take care of the freaking cats, right? But I do buy them like a cheaper cat food, like a feral cat food that's like for outdoor cats, is suited for them. And they seem to like it. But now Blinker doesn't like one of the foods. So I'm like, all right, I got 10 cans of this stuff he's not going to eat. So the outdoor cats, but now I've got to give it to them forever because they look at me like, you're the guy giving us that new food. I'm like, I'm the guy from before too,
Right.
They define you by your food.
By the food. And in fact, I'm not sure for a long time they made a connection because I would put the food out in the morning. I had a camera that watches them. So I know them all. I name them all, but they don't see me. Like maybe one cat like is watching me from the bushes somewhere, but they're just like, wow, it's this spring of eternal cat food.
It just
It,
appears.
it just sort of comes out of the earth. Like they didn't know.
It's a cat food fountain. Yeah.
Cat food spring,
It's like one of those chocolate fountains at a wedding,
Exactly. That's what they
For
thought. Like
cats.
you never think about where the chocolate comes from
That's
at
right.
the chocolate fountain at the wedding. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really want to have that.
Exactly.
Oh
My God.
Yeah.
So Lorenz, tell
Yep.
us some theremin stories. I can never get enough of the theremin.
Let's see, stories. What's going on? Well, we're having a theremin meetup. If you have a theremin and you want to come Saturday, 2 days from now,
Oh,
In
I can't do it this
Hell's
Saturday.
there's a spot that has generously offered their space, and we got about half a dozen people just going to show up. We don't really have an agenda.
Right.
Put it out there, and we'll see what happens.
Well, if
Several
you
of
do
us
that
are-
again, if you do that, I can't make it Saturday, but if you do that again, let me know because I would love to come and meet you guys and hang and do
That
some
would be
theremin. And I'll cook up some craziness,
Sure.
It may not be straight ahead theremin because I don't have the actual theremin chops, but I've got a lot of other kooky stuff I do that might fit well with it. So I'll get my team
No,
working
totally
on that.
acceptable. We
That
might
is
do
true.
another one in February. The head of the New York Theremin Society, Dorrit Chrysler, will not be around this Saturday, but I asked her if she mind if I post on the New York Theremin Society page. She said, "You bet."
Wow.
That's the kind of thing I founded the New York Theremin Society for.
Right.
Thank you
So
very
now
much.
wait. So explain to me for a minute. So how what are theremin people like, right? Like, so are they like? Yeah, I'm not, don't give away any confidences, but
Star
like,
Trek
like,
convention
like,
or-
so do theremin people, like, how far do they go? Do you have to be a purist? Do you have to play Over the Rainbow, and do you have to know songs, or do people play with drum machines and bring other
Right.
synthesizers? Like, what is it? What's it?
Oh, yeah.
How wild does it get?
Rooftop in Brooklyn,
Right.
in the middle of the night with a bunch of synthesizer players. That's how wild it gets. Actually, theremin players are all over the map. And while I have heard some rumors of some real nose in the air players in Europe, in particular,
Right.
pardon me, some of the really good ones.
Germans, right? Germans.
Yeah.
Germans.
Yeah,
Freaking Germans. Yeah.
There is the theremin family. Some of them are really snooty about, how you hold your hand and that kind of thing.
Oh, you're on their shit list because you hold your hand like this, not like this,
I'm
right?
not even going to get close. I'm not going to try.
Are they Russians? Are the original theremin people? They're Russian, right?
Peter Theremin, like either grandson or great grandson of Leon Theremin, is a famous theremin player, and at least 2 or 3 of his siblings or cousins all also play theremin, and they're considered, theremin royalty, totally, for a good reason. And he's actually pretty good. You can find his YouTubes. He's classical style. And some of the other people in Europe who have really put some serious effort into playing theremin as a classical instrument with orchestras and real serious production, they had a reputation, and I'm saying had of being pretty snooty about it. But during COVID lockdown, one of the maestros whom I had seen in person play once, but never met in person, she started some workshops. This is Lydia Kavanagh. She's a Russian, but she's based in London.
Right.
And every Sunday, she still does one almost every Sunday at it's noon East Coast time, East Coast U.S. time. It's 5 o'clock in London. And she's had some guest maestros on from all over the place. At first, this workshop was run with a fair amount of structure and expectation the first couple of weeks. But quickly, it was clear that wasn't going to work. Like, maybe it was because of Zoom, or maybe because there was such a variety of people showing up from all over the world,
right,
playing theremins. She it totally mellowed out, and people who are beginners would show up on this workshop and get encouragement. Anyway, she's been terrific. Some of the other the local people that I met, I started to meet them in late 2013, 2014. There were workshops in the New York Theremin Society, so I met the founders and the people who were driving the organization at the time, and all very generous teachers, I'd say. Yeah, none of them were
snobby about it.
Snotty about at all. Almost to a fault, because they'd let you do anything, and they go, yay, and enthusiastic, which, if people weren't quite, it wouldn't necessarily notice that they're playing badly.
Right. That's me. See, I'm the guy who's into synthesizers, and when I first saw a theremin, I was like, that's me. I want to play that, right? But I didn't pay my dues in the theremin education part. Like, I didn't learn. I don't have a mentor. I don't have a teacher. I'm like, oh, cool, weird noise making thing, and so I would probably be shunned if I showed up at one of these things. That people would be like, you're a synthesizer guy. You're not.
Interloper.
Right.
Not really. At least not around here. I mean, because we have my friend Rafael Carrasquillo. His synthesizers are more his main game. He really knows how to drive a keyboard and synthesizers. He's got quite a collection.
We got to get him on the show. Like I'm telling you, people. Yeah. So people that know that I do synthesizers and that I have oddball little, electronic things that I play, they have no idea. This guy is like a Greek god of synthesizer. He's got like the dream synthesizer collection. I'm like, wow. And he's like the piano tuner for the rich and famous, right? He's like, I follow him on Facebook.
That's how he's paying the bill. And he's working late tonight. And it occurred to me after I mentioned it to Ed, because he thought he might be able to make it tonight. I sent him a text in the middle of the day. He says, I'm working late. Which means he's got tuning engagements. I know he bought a new synth like a week and a half ago.
What did he get? You know what it is? I envy that guy. I see stuff he's got. I'm like, nobody has that. Nobody has that.
Or
pretty
he's
amazing.
Got Bob Moog's signature on it.
Pretty amazing.
His Model D.
Speaking of things that nobody has, Randy Stone.
Oh, Randy.
But everybody wants. Yes.
And Sherry.
Oh, look, there's
Sherry.
We got Sherry. We got Randy. There we go.
How's
Randy,
everybody?
Good. How you doing, Randy?
I'm good, man.
Your picture on Facebook of playing the bass, I don't know if it's your profile or whatever, it pops up as a friend. It's like, that is one very hip bass player.
I'm telling you.
Like,
I never tire of hearing it. No, thank you. I'm a fucking bass player,
you look like you seriously look like you might know what you're doing.
Of all people, Sherry understands, right?
Right. I got a bass player.
She's got her own bass player.
I was going to say.
I travel with my own bass player.
That's right. BYOB.
Right.
I have a question for Lorenz.
Me too. Go, you first.
Have you ever used the theremin to accompany the parrot? Like, that would be a cool show.
We were talking about that before. That's got to be a thing. Animals playing theremins.
Oh my God! Especially and having the parrot sing along would be amazing.
She does get excited about certain notes. Higher ranges, and there's a certain note, and I haven't exactly identified it, that she'll make. She's really happy. You go, and if I get close to that,
she loves it.
You could go viral with that. That's amazing.
Yeah, she loves the sound of your voice. If you could get, because as soon as you start talking, she starts babbling away. You can tell. If you could come up with something that sounded like your voice, that might be enough.
Listen, Will, if you were sitting on somebody's shoulder and it started talking a lot, you would start yapping too. All right.
Hey, honey,
put me down, put me down, put me down.
Hey, baby. Yeah. My question, Lorenz. How much is a theremin? Like not like the 1955 pre-CBS Strat, but not the Walmart version. Like a normal, decent one. How much is one?
If you have to ask, you can't be.
I'm sure I can. Yeah.
Afford it. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of answers, and I'm gonna. Of course, it always depends. What are you gonna do with it? If you want,
how many things can one do with the theremin? maybe there's a whole chapter I don't know about.
Well, the digital solutions have, it's a wild array of options. But actually, if you want my suggestion for an entry level theremin, somebody wanted to buy a competent theremin for as little money as possible, you would go get yourself an Open Theremin V4, version 4, from Gaudi.ch. They're in Switzerland.
There you go.
Get yourself a battery-powered amp and a USB battery, and you'd be ready to go. It's a pretty good machine.
Yeah, I haven't heard
120 euros. 120 euros.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Is it like a little box? Does it actually have an antenna, or is that all built in? No, you've got one?
Oh,
that sounds like the perfect price. The perfect price. So if I got one and got frustrated after 4 weeks and said I can't play this piece of shit, I could put it on eBay and get 80% of my money back. Yeah.
So
there you go, Randy.
What is that in American dollars?
Oh, that's like 120, 130 bucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Okay, that's good.
Look at that.
This is this is my entire. This is the whole thing,
Wow.
including the biggest part in here is the freaking stand.
It's like a scene from Pulp Fiction here, man.
All right, I will tell you
Yeah.
this though. While he's unpacking it, is I lived in Switzerland, and
Excuse me
Gaudi
while I-
is the website Gaudi.com or ch.
That's CH.
Yeah, so Gaudi is Swiss for really super fun time.
And it's also the name of that Spanish artist.
That's
Of
right.
course, the architect, right?
Yeah, a Gaudi. Like if you're gonna have a Gaudi, it's like having a blast. That's
Yeah,
what
right.
Gaudi-
Yeah.
Like have
Really?
fun, you know.
Interesting, because
Yep.
the other products that this guy makes are real edgy scientific things. If you want to make
Right up my alley.
your own homebrew PCR test for COVID, they have you could buy the stuff from him. You know,
Okay. Yeah, that's on my list too.
All right, I'm going to eBay. Hold on.
Gaudi.com. That's pretty
You can
good.
tell he actually is.
see that's CH.
I thought. See, but I thought you were throwing me under the bus,
Oh,
Lorenz.
there you
Wow,
go.
look at that thing. I thought
There
you were
you go.
throwing me under the. I thought you were going to say a Theramini, which is what I have. But like that, you have something even cooler. That's
Is,
real.
is
and
that
the-
like your smallest organ thingy?
my smallest organ. So the antenna screw in the side there. Is that what happens?
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it goes on the stand and
Portable.
comes with
Yeah.
antennas. I have the earlier version too, which has been to the beach and camping, and it's like all over the place. People make cases for these. I kind of like the raw. Oh, this is backwards. Sorry. I like this raw look. The only downside to this is that the antennas can sag
Oh,
and
look
have
at
to
that.
carry a screwdriver.
That's okay. You'll figure that out. That's not bad.
Tighten it up. Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking at eBay. Moog has a performance theremin. This is actually the high end, obviously. That's like
$3,000, right?
that's like $3,000.
Ooh.
And then there's a brand called Burns, the B3, which is like $150, $200.
Oh wow, that's not
Those are-
bad.
Those are competent.
It's like
but
guitars, wide range.
Yeah, right.
Or
Like
bass.
bass guitars.
Yeah.
That said,
Mhm.
you know what? I played a Fender Squire Precision off the rack, $180. Pretty good instrument, you know? No, not as good as some of my other basses, but I could play it all night. Very nice instrument.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
really cool. Wow, look at that
Look at
thing.
that.
Here's the whole deal, man. And,
Wow.
And I hang this.
You get
this
all kinds of
amp.
all kinds of channels with that.
Look at that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Can you pick up the New Jersey stations with that, or just?
Only at night. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
and,
When I was an
uh,
EMT, we used to the radios would you get atmospheric interference, and so you'd wind up getting dispatches for places like on Long Island, and you're in Darien.
Yes.
So it'd be like in a report, 153 Woodland Avenue for session, and you're looking up like desperately in the map.
where is
Woodland
that?
Avenue.
Right.
It's, like, it's not in the map book, and some more experienced person is like, you moron, it's in Long Island. How
So
would I know?
let me tell you something, Lorenz. You talk about that convention of theremin people, the workshops in London.
yeah.
Can you imagine the messages that go back and forth between the different TSAs and security, airline security? They're like, all these theremins are like in the bags coming to London. They're like, there's an attack coming to London.
I'm surprised. They seem to know what they are. I've flown with this.
Yeah.
I flew twice this year or last year with that, and they know what that is.
Wow.
I've been had my bag searched when I had multiple harmonicas,
Right.
not with the theremin.
I've been detained with my little modular synthesizer. So like, and I'm sitting at the airport and I'm like plugging wires into
trying to
it.
show
People are
them,
looking
yeah.
at me like, of
Yeah.
course, that's why I do it. And but I've been detained. Like they're like, come with us, and we're gonna look at this. Why do you have this thing, and what does it do? So. Wow. Are you-
Now, at the other end of the scale,
Yep.
you can, if you want to get a new theremin today, they do have Moog has a new analog theremin. It's about $900.
Oh.
And
Oh, and it's wood. It's got a curved piece of wood, right? It's like
Dave, what do
curved.
I know?
Yeah.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's similar in shape to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A pretty wood top. That's $900, and it really doesn't do a whole lot more than this one did, and this used to cost $500.
Does it do more or less than a bass?
Then a what?
Than a bass guitar?
Randy wants to know. Look at Randy.
Fucking fighting words, man.
Oh,
I don't know how to answer. Depends on what you can do with your
Where's Dave? You're Dave, Sherry. Where is he? David.
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah.
Freaking convention.
It's like the scene in Goodfellas. What is this world coming to? We gonna put up with this shit?
Well, I don't have my. I have two theremins that could give a bass guitar a run for the money.
What's
And
that, Dave?
This is not one of them.
What are
My
you saying,
Hob-
Dave?
Dave,
Platt.
say again.
I said we could divert this conversation straight to bass strings.
Oh, dude.
Oh God,
Yeah.
no, please, no. I'd rather talk about like different types of women's shoes or something.
This is the most threatening thing I could do on the show. Okay, like Walt Drill.
Oh my God.
We can go back to the theremin convention. You know, it's like I don't envision this thing being held in Vegas with these guys getting on text like, all right, who's going to get the blow and hookers? And whose room are we going to meet in? I don't think that's happening.
They had one in last weekend. It was in Oxford, and people were coming from all over Europe.
Did you go?
Not far for me to go.
Wow.
One of these days, maybe I'll do it.
Wow, I'm sure that's on YouTube somewhere. Somebody's got to have a YouTube of that.
Oh yeah, they're up on Facebook, short videos and stuff. And it's, half a dozen people in a room, and some of them seem to know what they're doing, and some of them just got there.
Right, and you must have like huge interference between the theremins. What a nightmare! Like
It is a challenge.
Oh my
Now,
Actually,
God,
you have to
that's,
stay
I
away.
never thought of that.
it's
That's called
radio.
CTI, cross theremin interference. Yes.
That's right.
oh yeah, you get ring modulation. You get all kinds of weird stuff. I play with two other theremin players,
Right.
and we all have. We have
have
other
theremin
theremins
bands?
too, but for all of us, our main theremin is our ether wave, because that was the really common thing for a long time, and they're all tuned the same way. And I know because I tune them all. You take the lid off, you tweak the things, and I hook the oscilloscope up, and they're all tuned the same way. And in retrospect, I probably should have tuned them a little off from each other, because they will definitely fight with each other. Even, we get together in the living room out here, and we might be 12 feet apart from each other. And once in a while, they'll be like, it's like, or
You
I'm
have to,
just holding a note, and my colleague is playing some notes, and my theremin's acting funny. It's like doing something.
the Theremin Ensemble is like the only group that was able to play during the COVID lockdown because they had to stay 12 feet apart from each other.
Right. It was an RF issue.
Canceled except for the Theremin Ensemble.
They had no
Right.
choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, only on Jam TV will you find theremin jokes.
exactly.
Theremin pandemic jokes.
But then, like,
We
you
did
should
have quite a few.
have somebody playing the
The
bass
inside
theremin, playing
theremin.
the tenor theremin, and somebody playing a soprano theremin.
Your soprano and bass theremin. Right. Exactly.
Oh, well, we do pick parts. When the Thereminos, the three of us get together, one of the
That's
things
awesome.
we do is we're mostly improving, but one of the things we do is okay, you take the middle, I'll take the high, and you take the low, and we do, we're like
I'll be in
rising
Scotland.
notes rising together, and we'd like jump in where there's no noise, and one after the other, and percolate up.
Randy, I
quite
got your
well.
lock low
I
mind.
Thank you.
I would normally only ask this question to trombone players, but so do theremin players think they can actually hit notes, like actual notes?
It depends on the player. I mean, there are two aspects to that. One is some of the players are really, really, really good.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Hits her notes. I mean, Dora Chrysler hits her notes, and Rob Schwimmer hits his notes. Rob Schwimmer is a local guy from Brooklyn who is playing with the Mark Morris Dance Company production in Pepperland.
Wow.
And he plays his Hob theremin in that Hob theremin in uh, uh, that's some serious work.
Yeah, right. He's in the union.
It, yeah, that and yeah, it's a great production too. If you get a chance, if it comes back to the local area,
Yeah, what's it called? What is it again?
Pepperland. The music is based on Sgt. Pepper's.
Wow.
The Beatles. And Rob Schwimmer, Day in the Life, man, he plays a killer version of Day in the Life on his Hobbs theremin. Now that's a theremin that will give a bass guitar a run for the money because it can really honk. Some of the low notes on that are really full, and so you can get somewhere with that. The other theremin that I have that can honk some bass notes is my Clarivox, which is on probation because it's malfunctioning. The volume section is got some issues, and unfortunately, Moog aren't being very helpful about it. It's a problem that several people have with that instrument, where as you bring your hand to the volume antenna, the instrument is supposed to be silent, right? Are we agreed on that? That's like the definition of the thing, right? And this one, some of them, it's a little bit of sound, and you can hear it. You know, if you do this, it's going, and it doesn't go off. And they're going, well, that's kind of the way.
It's a feature. It's a feature, right?
And all the theremin players are going, what?
Yeah, it's not good. Like that happens to me when I'm at a show. Like I'll take my hand and I'll go like this to the bass player. I'll go like this. And when I get here, I want him to be silent, but it never works. Oh, we're having fun tonight.
Present company accepted, of course.
Now, if you got $1,500 or $1,700 to spend on a theremin today, if I had $1,700 to spend on a theremin today,
And
I would go get myself a D-Lab.
Yeah,
right. $1,700 to spend on the theremin, I'd be at the Ritz Carlton with
All sorts of bad things going on.
And she would have a theremin.
BYOT. Yeah.
I would get myself a D-Lab, though. The D-Lab, it came out during lockdown, and if I had not already ordered a Clarivox, I probably would have got one of these because it's really these guys are hand building them. There's probably only a couple dozen in existence yet, but it's completely digital, and they did a really, 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 really good job of all the design, the software, the interface, the hardware. Well, actually, the hardware isn't really nailed down. If you order one of these for $1,700, you get a box of parts, and you got
to make it yourself, right?
You make your own case.
Supply chain problems, yeah.
You know, you make your own case. So people have got some really wild D-Lab thermins, but that's what I would buy today. I don't think you can get a new Clarivox anymore, even if you wanted to. And frankly, it's like two thermins. Traditional mode, the analog mode, and on mine that's the mode that the volume section misbehaves on. There's also the modern mode, which is a synth. It's like the Theramini,
right?
Big Brother. It's got a full Animo synthesizer in there.
Right. Wow.
The whole full feature, and of course it's got the Moog delay built in. But people are cooking up some great voices for the digital side.
Yeah, but it's what? It's $10,000. How much is it?
Oh no, it was not. It was $1,500 when I bought it, and I don't know if you can get one. They said they were making 2,000 of them, and
right,
I think they did that and stopped. They don't have another high-end theremin at this time.
Wow. All right, hold on. Can you play us something on the theremin?
Oh, you bet.
Play something for us. We want to hear it.
Memories from Cats.
Enough talk about theremin technology. It's like having bass players talking about strings in here already.
This is we're on to number 4. All notes come due, my brother. Go ahead, keep going. Rack it up.
I'll be here.
Ed,
all
check
night.
your Facebook inbox. Ed.
Oh, I thought, like, is it going to blow up my phone
No,
or what?
no.
It's a virus?
It's a full concert professional theremin solo.
No way.
Played by a hot chick.
Wow. All right, I have to check that out. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
now I got his attention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got his attention.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
There you go.
Wow. Fantastic.
I got distracted in the middle. I think Flutter is chewing a hole in my T-shirt. Well,
Unbelievable.
I've got to go put her to bed. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right. Hey, no one of consequence. How you doing? Oh, we don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, turn it up more.
Geez,
Up,
here
up,
we
up.
go.
Up more.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Up
That's all.
more. No, we hear you. Yeah, how you doing, Frank?
Oh, I'm doing all right. It's just figured I'd try something new other than 1970s technology. I figured I'd give everybody a nice little flashback to the early days of COVID when nobody knew a damn thing about trying to do this kind of web presentation thing, because I didn't really do it a lot back then.
Right,
And
nobody did, right.
Starting to do it now. Well, here I am.
Good to see you. Do you know any of these people? We got Will Baird. We got Dave Robinson in California. We got Sherry and Dave in Norwalk. We got Randy Stone up in the woods. Wait, are you muted, Randy? Hold on. I think I did that.
Oh, how dare you?
There you go.
Call me sir.
That's what he does.
I saw him going round, like he's like mouthing the word. You know? I'm like, mute.
Bass talk, you're on the air.
That's right.
So
Pretty wild.
Rickenbacker 4001 or 4003. Discuss.
Exactly. They will.
I can actually, if you
I'm
want.
sure.
To, yeah.
I'm good. I'm trying
They
to cut
both
down.
suck.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, I have opinions. I had a 4,000. I had a 4001. It played like butter. I mean, it was the best playing bass I ever.
Yeah.
It played itself.
I had a 4003. I call them the dumb blondes of basses. They look great. They're maybe one of the best looking basses around, but they're dumb as fuck and they need maintenance all the time.
So mine was a 1981 4001.
Nice.
And when I bought it, it had flat wounds on it, string
Yeah.
foam. So the first thing I did was cut the flat wounds off of it, and I put rotosounds on it, and immediately chewed the frets right off.
They're called fret eaters. Yes.
Yeah. So I had to have
Brett
a pound of
Peters.
polish on that bass twice.
Oh my God.
Screws in the back.
I didn't bring it up, Ed. I didn't bring it up.
Oh,
The
God.
screws
I
on the
was-
back of the
Technically,
tuning
I was
forks
just making a
were
joke,
back out.
but
No, but I'm with you because one of the reasons I sold mine was other than it just had a fucked up neck and it wasn't comfortable to play. It's hard edges and all this shit. My God, to adjust it, you take something apart and a spring pops out. Spring? What fucking instrument has a spring inside the goddamn bridge? Like now I'm on the floor looking around for this fucking spring. No mas.
And did you ever find a use for those built-in mutes? They didn't.
No. What the fuck are those for?
Exactly. So anyway,
Ed just laughed, and I thought it was the parrot.
I was-
Oh my God! And you know what?
I'm playing the role of Billy Foster tonight, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
weren't even doing it to like get to me. They weren't even doing it to
No,
get
it was
to me.
legit. Oh
It
no,
was
if we
a
go, if
legit
we,
conversation.
just what they do.
if the three of us on this bottom row go deep, it's going to go deep. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I got to circle back for a moment, Randy. You made a comment a few minutes ago about Donald Trump's wives. Something
Wait,
about
what
that
now?
they're-
What?
that
How?
they're-
Who?
Yeah, you said something about that they're really good looking but dumb as hell and they're high maintenance, right? Wasn't
Yes.
that it?
Yes,
Yeah, I thought so.
exactly.
I thought, and then suddenly you jumped into bass, talking about the bass. I got so confused.
Touche.
Oh my God.
Touche, Will Baird. Touche.
Bass.
I always wanted to join a.
By the way, I heard this before I got on. That was nice. Take it easy. That was really cool.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
well,
I like
It was
that.
like a take it
I meant
easy
to say that half an hour ago before we went deep into bassdom. But
Wow!
It
And
pays
where's
dues.
Jimmy when we do? I told Jimmy to come on. He's a
Jimmy's the best.
Guy.
Jimmy. But by the way, we're kidding. Jimmy's serious. When Jimmy comes on to talk about bass geekdom, he's
He
like,
really-
yeah, okay, laugh all you want. Anyway, he's like,
Unbelievable.
Speaking of Jimmy, can I play a tune?
Yeah, play it too.
Okay, because we have to log off in a short while.
Yeah,
So
do it, Sherry. Go on.
I'm gonna play before we go.
please.
Yeah, and I'm gonna plug a gig. Carmine's Deli, February 18th, Snap Crackle Pop, which is me, Eric Zenhauser, and Jimmy McGuire, and our friend Rob Caparelli on drums. And we're playing at Carmine's Deli. The show starts
Where?
at 7. It's in Elmsford, New York. It is
Elmsford,
a
okay.
super, super cool place. By day, it's a deli. Like you could go during your lunch hour, get yourself. They had a great write-up recently. You could go get yourself a turkey sandwich and a cup of soup. By night, it is like they are all about live music, and
Wow.
they sell tickets.
Cool.
They sell tickets. So
Wow.
it's all their information's on the Facebook our event page. I can share information about Carmine's. They're really awesome.
That's
Their
cool.
big thing is live music. Like that's what they are about. It's
God
not
bless them.
it's
God
not
bless them. Really.
like entertain
That's
their
very cool.
patrons or whatever. Like they are open at night so they can promote live music. Like they are open for that purpose. And
That's cool.
they're really, really awesome. They're really good to us. And then opening for us is a band called Hot Pizza. It's like an all original rock band, and Jimmy's also the bass player in that band.
Oh, you're double billing with them? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I think they're gonna play like a shorter set in the beginning, and then we're gonna play.
And it's all Jimmy. Jimmy's a cool dude, man. He's a good player. He's a really
Yeah,
good player,
I know,
too.
I know Jimmy is lurking out there somewhere. I know
Yeah, he's out there.
Jimmy
And speaking of a
loves you.
Rickenbacker guy, that's him.
That's great. Yeah, and I heard you're going to have a special guest that night. Ed Train is going to play theremin that night.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's what I heard.
Enjoy it.
Oh, behave. Ooh.
Lorenz plays pop music. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna play a little sampler. This is, you know what? I've really come to love playing with a band. And now you'll see like when we play now, I put the ukulele down for a lot of songs now. I tend to just sing.
Just
Yeah,
sing.
because this is really nothing. When we need some more sound to fill out the songs, then I'll play and I'll just play chords. But I really just love to put this thing down and just sing pop tunes and
Nice.
80s, 90s, and
You do it well. You do
Have
it well.
fun.
Do it.
Yeah, doing it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, so this is Wet Leg, Wet Dream by Wet Leg. Who's familiar? No?
Well, I'm kind of familiar, but
No, the band.
not in a musical sense. But yeah, go ahead.
Why, just last week I had.
Yeah.
It's more of a
there's
research
band called
project he had.
Wet Leg. It's what is it? Dave likes this band too. It's two girls from England, and they're kind of like, what's their genre? It's not really punk, but it's kind of like alternative, like
It's like alt rock.
alternative pop. They're fun. They're cool. Anyway.
Sounds like First Aid Kit. Two girls from Sweden doing that stuff. Yeah, seriously, they're a good band.
I don't know what that is. So anyway, you could go Google Wet Dream and see how that works out for you after this.
It's in my saved files.
But anyway, the song is called Wet Dream. The band is called Wet Leg. We play it in a band, and I'm just going to do it as a ukulele solo right now. Hey, Dennis. Beat me up, count me in, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I was in your wet dream, driving in my car, saw you at the side of the road. There's no one else around you, touching yourself, touching yourself, touching yourself, touching yours. And looked so embarrassed. Said, baby, do you want to come home with me? I've got Buffalo 66 on DVD. Said, baby, do you want to come home with me? I've got Buffalo 66 on DVD. Beat me up, count me in, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I was in your wet dream, driving in my car. What makes you think you're good enough to think about me when you're touching yourself, touching yourself, touching yourself, touching yourself? You climb onto the bonnet and you're licking the windscreen. I've never seen anything so obscene. It's enough to make a girl blush. It's enough to make a girl blush. It's enough, 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 it's enough. Beat me up, count me in, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Beat me up, count me in, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Everyone's muted.
Oh my God! Everybody is muted. The whole applause
We're all
is muted.
Sherry,
Do you know
Sherry,
that
I
song?
loved it. I loved it.
Thank
No,
you.
You know what? Jokes aside, subject matter aside, that's a really cool pop tune. That really is. I like
It
that.
really is.
Song.
The
You
lyric-
gotta just like maybe I'll share it on my Facebook page if I remember after the show.
That'd be a
But
great idea.
Yeah,
That
no,
would be really
that's
cool.
a very cool dancey pop tune.
it's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
It's really
the,
fun.
the melody is very cool. The chord progression is creative. It's very.
I
that's-
love
that's
watching
cool.
Ed's face get all embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's got a good beat and you can dance to it. I'll give it a 5.
I went to boarding school. Like we didn't have that there. Like it was
Oh,
against the
my
rules.
Yeah.
Oh
we-
yeah, you guys did nothing. Yeah.
That was against the rules. I swear.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, I'm nothing speeches.
Are you doing that at Carbine's Deli?
Of course we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play for you now because this is one of the songs that I just sing on, and the band is amazing. We're singing "About Damn Time" from Lizzo.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah,
That's right up your alley. That's a great song for you.
yeah.
I want to know. Do you play Wet Dream at work? Do those folks?
I've got a feeling I'm gonna be
All the
alright.
singers.
Okay. It's
That's
about
great. I can't wait.
Are you gonna come?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
All
figure it
right.
out.
Awesome. So can I play one more tune? Because
Yeah, play one more tune. Come on.
I know like some other people are waiting to play, and we gotta go
It's all
shopping.
good.
We have,
It's
like-
okay. He's no one of consequence.
You're worth the
Exactly.
wait. Thank you, Randy.
All right, hang on. Let me look. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna What am I
No,
forgetting that I know
you don't
how
want that to happen right now.
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no. That went bad.
Yeah, that's gonna go
What
downhill.
happens in it?
Have you watched the show?
Oh, yeah, we're doing some fun. We're adding some fun tunes to our list. I'm just looking. Oh my god! Oh, we do cool stuff.
Like what?
I'm not telling you. Got to come to the gig.
There you go.
I'm
It's a
gonna,
secret.
Tease
But
me.
I'm
Tease me.
gonna
Give me
play-
one more.
I'm gonna play Wonder from Natalie Merchant.
Oh yes. Here you go, girl.
Doctors have come from distant cities just to see me. Stand over my head, disbelieving what they're seeing. They say I must be one of the wonders, God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. Newspapers ask intimate questions, want confessions. Reach into my head to steal the glory of the story. They say I must be one of the wonders, God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. I believe fate smiled at destiny. Laughed as she came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted. With love, with patience, and with faith. She'll make her way. She'll make her way. Hey. People see me, I'm a challenge to your balance. I'm over your heads now. I confound you and astound you to know I must be one of the wonders, God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. Just B minor. I believe I forgot the chords for a second. Fate smiled at destiny. Laughed as she came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted. Laughed as she came to my mother. No, this child will not suffer. With love, with patience, and with faith, she'll make her way. She'll make her way. Hey, hey. She'll make her way. Hey, hey. She'll make her way.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Sherry.
Everybody go
Sherry?
see Snap Crackle Pop.
Sherry.
Carmine
Good.
Kelly.
You do
Nice job.
Natalie Merchant justice, baby.
Thank you.
I think
What he said.
I don't know whether
Yes,
it's getting out in front of a
yes.
band that's doing it or what, but I think your voice sounds terrific. I think it sounds.
I agree.
I'll be honest,
You're
I've
like
been,
growing.
I've been working on my vocals.
Yeah. They really sound. I noticed it. I definitely noticed it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's always been hard. Since I started jamming, it's been hard for me to sing in a microphone. I'm used to singing in very quiet settings, very acoustically, with no mics, and my voice is fine. And then I try to sing as loud as the band is playing, and I just push and push.
Yeah.
So I've been working on pulling that back more.
Yeah. It's very hard to not do that.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm just gonna give you. I love playing. This is an intro to one of the songs that we play.
I know that song.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Sure.
I'm just playing a wrong strumming for it.
It's actually kind of a cool progression.
It's me out of the bearded.
There you go.
Nightly inside the green ground.
Just make up the words.
Now I have just strumming from the other songs in my head. Kiss me out of the bearded barley, nightly inside the green grass. Swing, swing, swing your swinging step. You'll wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. So kiss me. Oh, forgot it.
Oh, that's all right. Hey,
All right, that was good.
That's, hey.
Good.
If I was on a stage and we had 80 people in the audience, I could do that.
I've heard you do that song before.
I know.
You've done that.
I know. I've heard
I
her
cannot
do
play
it.
to a computer.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is hard.
it's wild.
I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Don't
Jerry,
no
good
one
to see you.
consequences watching.
Yeah.
You
Good to
too,
see
all
you
right?
and
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
let you guys have your
What? Is Dave still there?
leave you to your man cave over
There he
here.
is.
There he is.
Dave,
Yeah.
Carl Anthony's. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of messed up. So
What happened?
I guess Sam sold the joint to his brother.
Uh-oh.
They're opening under another name. Sam is supposed to reopen Carl Anthony someplace else, but I'll believe that when I see it.
No kidding, right?
We haven't. I don't know if they're booking music anymore or what. But
I have no idea. It's a venue that Dave's band played at many times. I saw them there once, and it's like the closest place to me. There's nothing close to me.
right.
This place is close, and
That's
all of a
why it's
sudden,
closing, because it's near you, which is not
That's
near
right.
anybody. Right.
yeah.
Just been keeping
Yeah,
that.
so that was a bummer.
Anyway,
But before I go, one last thing. So I was gonna grab one of these things to surprise you, Ed, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. And it's kind of on topic with the theremins and,
What?
and synthesizers and stuff. So do yourself a favor and look up the Baby Bot 3000.
It sounds like a joke from The Simpsons or
That's
something.
good.
It's
does it involve D cells?
it's just Baby Bot 3000. Let everybody forget about it. Get yourself
machine
one and
washable.
bring it on the show.
Yeah.
The baby bot.
Dishwasher safe.
The baby bot 3000. What is it?
Everybody has a pen. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
It's-
right. We're all writing
Not
it down.
everybody. Not
It's
everybody.
Oh God!
I'll be over here not wanting to know.
Baby bot. Oh my God. What could that mean?
Just imagine what the Botmaster 5000 is like. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the baby bot 2000, but the fucking Botmaster 5000.
Oh,
That's a
look.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Try to get through the airport with that. At TSA, like, oh, shit.
There's
Sir,
a
if you
video
could
of
just step to
somebody
the side,
playing
please.
Yes, sir.
Need belt synthesizer.
There's
Excuse me,
something
sir.
wrong with this. What the heck? The nipples are like
What the-
switches.
The X-ray machine just blew a fuse. Excuse me, sir. Could you step aside?
What the hell? What does it do?
It makes noise.
That's what we're going to
Why do you
discuss,
need to
sir.
ask?
In the back.
Oh,
You
I don't want to ask where the
stop
output
right at the
guy is.
picture. Ed.
Oh boy,
Did
we've
you-
lost Ed. Ed,
oh.
we no longer have any moderation here. It's
Oh my God.
completely-
I've got it.
Content moderation.
I've got a collection of the creepy dolls in my shed. I'll go get those. I can make
Actually,
one of these by morning.
We're less concerned about those, sir, than the Baby Bot 3000, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't forget to Google wet cream
Move over,
Yes.
Ed.
after your Baby Bot 3000. Baby Bot 3000 ended up on my Facebook page. Like, they were marketing that to me. They thought, although keep in mind, Dave and I are on the same Wi-Fi, so who knows what he's Googling. But
it's going to end up on all our Facebooks
bad for
now.
me. That it's
All right. Whoever this person is belongs in some sort of prison. Like,
Wasn't there a
Ed,
movie
what
about
the hell
that?
are you?
What is that?
I gotta Google this now. I can't.
it's like baby heads with lots of LED. He's using baby heads as a circuit board. It's pretty cool.
Find the video of a guy playing one in the dark. It's the awesomest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's played it from Rikers.
So look at the
No, like the eyes glow, and
So is
It's-
anybody hearing the knock on the
it
door yet?
looks like a lot of fun.
Right?
Like the next time I got $300 burning a hole in my pocket, I'm grabbing one.
Oh,
It's
my.
$350. It's like real money.
It's
Except-
like it
Maybe
probably
we'll take
cries
Bitcoin.
too when you need to change its diaper.
Oh my God.
It looks like it watches you while you're sleeping.
That
is
should
what
keep me
it does.
kind of busy for a while. I gotta go get something to eat. Oh, good night.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh my God. Yeah, thanks for that, guys.
Yeah.
Holy
Sleep well.
moly.
Thanks, Dave.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes.
That is wild, man.
Oh my
moving on.
God.
Baby bought 3,000.
All right, Frank, play something. Save us from ourselves.
Please.
That's a tall order, and I'm trying. This is a new variation on what happened because last time I was here, the audio didn't work very well. We'll see whether or not it works any better now. Is that coming through at all?
Oh, yeah. Sounds great.
Loud and clear.
All right. It's a good mix between the two. I can't quite tell on my end.
Not bad.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll start off with just a little finger pickery thing, I suppose. Come down off your throne and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting all these years. Somebody holds the key, and I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. Come down off your throne, leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting all these years. Somebody holds the key, and I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time. And I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. Close enough.
That sounded great.
Thank you.
Really.
Good. I'll never forget being at this. Oh, am I Mike still?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh, I
You're
am. I'll never forget.
Yeah,
being
that
at
was great.
Yeah, it really was. That was really nice finger picking. Really good.
Thank you.
I was playing along to it in the background, which of course it mangles everything in 6 second delay. But anyway, what it reminded me of was I was at this folk festival, and this kid comes up and he's like opening, and he does like the worst mistake you can make, which is to like do a long verbal introduction about himself. You know,
Oh,
my name is,
yeah.
he's like this. You know, my name is so and so, and I'm from such and Tennessee, and I've been playing a couple of years, and I'm going to play some tunes for you now. And my mom and dad have both taught me how to play guitar, and and I'm real happy to be here, and I really appreciate you all letting me here, and I hope that I can come back someday and play for you. So here we go.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then the kid starts playing and he kicks ass. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's the most incredible finger picker I've ever heard. It was unbelievable. He had like fingers that made the strings sound
Well,
like
he can
gold.
back that up. He can back that verbose intro up.
It's,
Walk
I mean,
the
it's
walk.
like, she's exactly like, shut up and play, but wow. So as soon as you mentioned finger picking, I suddenly had this flashback to Falcon Ridge Folk Festival in 2014 or whatever. That was great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounded great.
Thank you.
What else you got? Play us another one.
Oh, now you're asking for it.
There was like a lull, and I was like, "Oh my God, let's fill it with music." It is a music show after all. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, I'm gonna do one more finger picking because this is one that I just kind of remembered that I knew, and we'll see whether or not I can actually get all the way through it. This is one of these kind of rare tunes that everybody, most people I think have heard it, but it's not one that you can find easily. It's by a guy named Robert Earl Keen. It's a love song. I was on the street tonight, out of money too, watching pretty people passing by, and I heard laughing. That's when I saw you get into the limo with some guy. Ain't it funny how the world goes round? Some keep holding on, some of us just been out of control. I don't mean to put you down at all, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that guy you're with, he's an asshole. There ain't nothing good at this, I just want you to know I keep loving you until I die. So when you check your phone tonight, grant me this request. Take this song and play it to that guy. Ain't it funny how the world goes round? Some keep holding on, others they just spin out of control. I don't mean to put you down at all, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that guy you're with and he's an asshole. Everybody knows he's an asshole. I heard the Wet Leg song before, and that just kind of popped into my head while she was playing that. So it just
nice word to end the song on.
That's
very
right.
memorable.
Song about me, obviously.
and the best part is whenever he plays it, he just goes, "Everybody knows," and he just shuts up, and the whole crowd goes, "Hey,
We've all been there. Yeah.
absolutely."
Love it.
On both sides of the fence, we've been there.
So you got your sound going good tonight. Wow, you're not just on your phone. You got an interface and a mixer and everything happening there.
Yeah, well, this is actually kind of a little half-assed thing, for want of a better phrase. The other day when I was showing you the pedal board, this is actually going straight out of that Helicon as a USB interface, just straight in, which is why I've got like zero volume control. But also I don't have any of the other pieces, like the loop pedal that I normally have is on the tail end of it, so I can't do any of the nifty
You
stuff.
started yourself. It's your second show, and you've started yourself on the journey of tweaking your gear to work perfectly.
That's right.
You know?
Oh yes, the journey never ends. Yeah.
Never ending. You know. We
Yeah,
can
I
give
had
you.
to-
We have an engineer at Sweetwater that you could call and order thousands of dollars worth of stuff for. Tell them use code JamTV. You know.
Okay, good to know.
You won't get a discount, but
Yeah,
you know,
no, you'll pay more.
Nobody like, oh, one of those guys. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So for all you retro gear guys, this is what I was trying to use.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it is a horrendously It's an old Digit
Oh,
design.
it's a what do they call that? Oh my God, I've got one on my shelf here.
Exactly. Yeah. And
What
it's
is it
probably-
called? It's called a something box.
Yeah. M box. I think. it is.
M box. The M box. I have an M box. Yeah.
So I was trying to use that thing and I could get both channels, but I would get this kind of, so maybe not.
Maybe that's a feature, like,
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, it's supposed to do that.
It's
I
like
mean-
the parrot, the parrot you may not be able to shut it up, but it does what it does,
Yeah, it was so it was a thought. So I guess I gotta double check and knock over a liquor store and get myself one of those little Focusrites, I think, at some point.
Right. I got myself an M Audio one, this one here, right? And I love it. I thought it was like one of those Black Friday, like it's half price. It was like $100, and I love it. It's like changing my life. Like technology actually does advance a little bit at some point. All the rest of my stuff is 30 years old. So.
Oh
I
yeah,
got this-
please.
I got this great device, really big and expensive, and I use it to control the color of my lights.
I got several of those around my studio.
So I had
yeah.
to show something. I was having device envy.
Drill.
Yeah.
My device is bigger than yours. Yeah, the drill. Yeah,
All
you
my
can't beat the drill.
electric colors.
Get out.
Good to see you, Eric. How are you doing, man? Oh no, I can't hear you.
Oh, we lost
Get
him.
here.
Yeah,
I think you're off.
yeah. Although we can hear somebody eating chips. Oh, that's Randy.
Exactly. Is that Randy?
Yeah,
It's Randy.
Yeah, yeah.
Randy eating
He's
chips.
guilty.
We got that
Randy's
going
guilty.
for us, right?
Yeah.
Eric is not on. He can hear us. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Yeah.
we don't hear you. Say something.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
What are you eating?
How about now?
Oh, yeah, we can hear now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
You got me
Yeah,
now?
Dennis, good to
Yeah,
see you,
you're
man.
in.
How you been,
You're in.
Dennis?
I've been good. I actually got up on stage for the first time in almost a year.
When did you do that?
Right.
Club London last week.
Great.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And played 3 or 4 songs.
That's
It was
great.
fun.
Right.
Fun to
Good
be
for
up
you, man.
It's a milestone. Yeah, it's a milestone.
Good for the soul. Good for the soul.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. So I've been doing a few gigs here and there, like mostly privates or private clubs, and it feels weird to play for me now. Like I'm so used to not being out playing that it just is kind of I'm not in the groove anymore. Like I used to have shows every day, and now I'm not. And I got to get back there. So
It used to be just
Yeah.
second nature. You'd walk up and play your songs, do your thing, not think about it. Just
Yeah.
I
Right.
look up there and I look at the crowd. I was fine until I turned around, looked at the crowd, and went,
Why are there people looking
I
at
just
me?
closed my eyes.
exactly, pretty good. And so, have you been playing out, Frank? Have you been playing out lately at all? What do you have
Yeah,
coming
actually,
up?
I've been doing a couple of shows actually. I've been brought on as a hired gun for a local trio down here in the Connecticut area called the Wabendos. And
Good name.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great name. It's a combination of all names of the people in the band. And one of the guys basically is down with a broken wing. He had to do rotator cuff surgery. So they wanted to find a replacement guitar player, but I was all they were able to come up with. So
So yeah.
so yeah, I'll be doing a show with them actually next Friday night, which is I believe the 3rd at a place called Anthony D's down in I believe it's Milford.
Milford. Yeah, I know it. I played there.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be like a 7 to 11 show over at Anthony D's. So
Cool.
gonna be a fun time. We actually just did a rehearsal last night, working up some stuff. It's a fun time. Got a very very interesting collection of material, covering all kinds of cool genres. And then I'm doing a solo acoustic thing the following week at a place up in Madison called James Madison House. So that's a nice little venue up there. Great restaurant, good food, great people. Did a New Year's Eve gig there a little while back and had a blast. It's a lot of fun. So I've been doing that and hopefully branching out elsewhere as well. So
That's
if you
very
know
cool.
anybody, if you need a guitar player, call me.
Yeah, that sounds great. No, it's wonderful. Why don't you do one more for us?
Okay. Let's see. Trying to leverage this harmony pedal a little bit here if I can as well. Do something a little upbeatish, I suppose. If you're down know what? Wow, that was a long time since I played that. That was a poor choice. That was a poor choice to pick up that song. That'll teach me. Second option.
Wow, that was any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. That's what I say.
I'm not sure I walked away from it.
I've done at least 3 mulligans on the show since it started, where I've started a tune, and if I make a mistake in the first 5 seconds of a tune, I refuse to continue. I just have to start over again. And Ed always is like, we'll pull the mulligan.
You know what? It was big ass energy. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great. It was like what Sherry did. She was just playing the beginning of the song. That's what happened. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted you to get a taste.
Pick another one. Pick another song.
All right, let me
Another
figure
half
something out.
song.
All right.
But only play the second half of this song. Don't play the beginning. Okay.
Second verse.
I've been run down. I've been lied to. No, you think of all of these things, and then you get up here, and it's like, they're just gone. I hate it when that happens. Just want to keep doing these finger picky quiet things. I want to do something else here. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna get down to the kitchen and there's something good to eat. Make my head a little high, make the whole day complete. We're gonna lay around the shanty mama, put a good buzz on. Pass it to me, baby, pass it to me slow. Take time out to smile a little before we let it go. We're gonna lay around the shanty mama, put a good buzz on. Another do, always room for more. Till they light it, shut up and close the door. We're gonna lay around the shanty mama and get a good buzz on. I'm gonna sit down in the kitchen, something good to eat. Make my head a little high and make the whole day complete. We're gonna lay around the shanty mama, put a good buzz on. Every night and day, if I could help, we're gonna lay around the shanty mama, put a good buzz on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was
That's
very
how
cool.
it's done.
All
That's
right.
how it's done, son.
That was like that had a lot more rawness and guts in it than Jonathan Edwards.
Oh yeah, that was great.
The guy who wrote
Yeah,
it.
the only thing that song was missing was a good bass player.
No, not the bass players again.
No,
Not
too
a-
many here.
He knows.
That's
He
right,
knows.
Dennis,
He
too,
knows.
Right, Dennis.
Holy shit! Oh my
Look
God.
at.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So is Low Maintenance playing at all lately? The band I used to play with you guys.
Yeah, Low Maintenance, I think, has been shipped off to a farm in New Hampshire for the time being because
Yeah. Like a lot of bands, they just sort of forgot that they were together. Like the
Yeah.
pandemic, you just never came back.
yeah, it just kind of fluttered. I mean, every now and again we'll like get together and play some stuff, like because Mark he does a Mark Bridgman, the bass player from the group, who's now exceptionally busy, and monstrously talented. Wonderful guy too, by the way. He's playing with a bunch of different projects. We'll like get together for a party or everything, like, you know, about once every 6 to 8 months or something like that, and go through about half the stuff that we know, and some of it still sounds decent. So we have fun, but no paying gigs on the horizon.
Yeah, right. That's the thing of the past. Back in the I remember back in the old days when we used to get paid to play. You know,
yeah, something like that.
Was
Although Randy Stone's got more gigs than anybody knows to do it, so there you have that.
But I do have a lot, and they're coming in again, thank God. But one of the bands that I'm in, I describe as being on a ventilator right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, Low Maintenance would definitely qualify for that. I mean, we jokingly called the band No Maintenance for the longest. I don't think we've had a practice since.
They overbooked last summer, and now they're like, we're too busy. So it's like it's been a news blackout for several months. But I'm pouring my efforts into 3 other bands. So fun.
Cool.
Need one more.
Yeah, I gotta get motivated again to get out there. I gotta get motivated. I did a show the other night at the Gala Club, played down there. It's like the band was fine, the audience was fine. I gotta get back into it again. I gotta get the routine back in again. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the few gigs that I've done, it's like it's definitely whetted my appetite for it. So who knows? Maybe I'll try and go pester the people down over at the Black Duck, see if I can get Low Maintenance back in there. That was.
I bet you can.
I can't wait for the summer and spring whenever and there's a lot more playing outdoors, than there used to be. It's like that's going to open stuff up that'll be really nice,
Absolutely. It's definitely, even now it's making inroads. You're seeing a lot more people out, through the wintertime and stuff, but definitely once it warms up.
I'm like looking at my PA speakers on the shelf and going, am I going to be able to lift that when the time comes? It's been a long time. Those muscles have atrophied,
Last summer was my busiest summer ever, but 90% of them were outdoors.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's and there's a cool setting to play in. I'm in like another world right now because I'm in a place where you can play, and we really want you to play, and we're all dying to listen, but be really, really quiet because it's in the waiting room of the hospital cancer center. So so I have to pick my songs really carefully, not place the wrong things, and you just have to.
You've got the decibel meter, and you're like, I'm quieter than rustling leaves. Like that's how quiet I am.
That's and basically you on the flip side of it is great because you barely have to bring anything. And you can't bring speakers. These folks want to be. They just want some chill music to relax. And there was one guy who seemed a little upset. I was like trying to figure out what because this is all new territory for me. And there's one guy who seemed a little bit upset who came over and chatted with me and said, "Thanks very much. Your music really makes a big difference." And I said, I'm glad to hear that. But I could tell he really kind of needed somebody to talk to. So I quietly, after I did like another song, and then I go over to my supervisor and say, "There's a fellow over there who's kind of trouble. Now. Is there someone who could go talk with him? Maybe a social worker or something?" And she says, "Let me look into that." Yeah, and there's this one nurse who's like one of those nurses who's like salt of the earth, been around forever. She's like older, got a real strong personality. This one's got like a wonderful personality. She lights up the room. So they send her, and she goes marching across the room, goes over to the guy and says, "You okay?" The guy goes, "Yeah."
Oh God.
Please, I was like, "Oh shit, that was not what I meant." So I'm still learning those gigs. It's like a different world. I can't wait for the outside to open up.
Exactly. All right. Anybody else have a gig to report? I know Snap Crackle Pop is playing on the 18th of this is like you do it in American Sign Language, and I will vocalize it for you.
You still can't hear me.
No,
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Hey!
Yeah, you're good to go.
If you want to get out, stretch your legs, you're welcome to sit in with us on that one too.
Yeah, I'm going to try to figure out how to get down there for that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Hang out.
I'll bring my theremin and my accordion.
Trying to get on earlier to bust Sherry's chops. I don't know what she's talking about. It's like, I can just stop playing at any time, and man will cover. Like, first of all, Dave spent good money on that thing for Christmas. So,
I got two words for you.
You're not playing.
I got 2 words for you: female vocalist. That's what.
It's like there's only 3 of us.
Secret weapon.
When you stop playing, it works. It works out really well.
So that's February 18th at Carmine's Deli. That's a good time. So
So
Yeah,
I
you
got
got one more gig
I got
you can
February 10th at Ponza Norwalk with Third Rail, and the 11th with Happy Ending in Wallingford, and then with Holly McCreary at in Derby at the Riverwalk Social on February
that's nice.
24th.
Is that with name of band that it just flew out of my head? You brought her into a band that you've been in forever, right?
Toon Squad.
Toon Squad, that's the name, right?
With Warren McGuire. Yeah.
Right.
That's a great name. Toon
That
Squad.
sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
With her, Warren described it to me. When you're gigging with Holly, it's like you're going up a mountain on one of those rickety tour buses, and it's going to be really cool at the top. But when you look off to your right, it's a 90-foot cliff straight down. So just hold on, because you don't know what she's going to call, and then she'll call something, and I'm like, "Good, I know it." She's like, "Yeah, take it up a step." Like, "Ah, shit!"
Right, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
That's the move. All right. Speaking of Holly, I'm going to play a video by Holly, and we're getting to near the end of GMTV, but you're welcome to hang out, watch the video, and maybe I'll see you after this. Good to see you all on GMTV Show 133, and we'll see you next week. But here, check this out.
You seem to be getting on so good, so proper for so long. No, you never had the day I die. I asked Bobby Dylan, I asked the Beatles, I asked Timothy Leary, couldn't help me either. They all say that I mean, this is the true love now. I won't get to get what I'm after till the day I die.